Hey everybody, this is Perch, and hopefully you clicked on this video. It's about an old comic, but it's one of my favorite comics. People ask me all the time, "What comics do you really enjoy?" This is one of those, I think, single issue comics that is easily in that kind of top 25, probably higher than that. And it's I think it does such a good job on multiple layers of explaining what a hero is and kind of what it means to self-sacrifice, what it means to live up to these ideals that are heroes. And it just so happens that this comic is Flash number 54. It came out in 1991. And this is from William Messner-Loebs, who had a really great Flash run that doesn't get nearly enough attention or collections. But there's a lot of pretty incredible stuff. This was Wally West when I think a lot of people fell in love with the character, was during this time period. So definitely something to look out for. The comic is Nobody Dies. And you probably have heard of this before. Flash has brought this up from time to time. They've sometimes used this statement kind of in recent comics. Marvel did a Nobody Dies bit to kind of inform that the hero was losing their mind and going crazy. So it has not. People who have used it since, I think, have not taken the same kind of care that Mr. Loebs did. Mr. Loebs did. Greg LaRocque is the artist here, and this is some cool stuff. So before I get into it, I want to promote. So tomorrow morning, right out the gate, we are starting off with an hour-long interview. Joe Corallo and I have a great opportunity to sit down with William Messner-Loebs, and I hope you listen to this. It is an amazing interview. He talks about his time writing comics and just kind of the business in general. There's some great stories out there. You're going to hear from a master storyteller, and definitely one to pick up on. So I'm very excited about this. One of the best interviews that I've done, and he's just amazing to listen to. So pay attention. Look for that. I've been lucky enough to have some really great people all throughout this entire run on the channel, and this is a great one. So that interview drops tomorrow. Check it out. But we're talking about this one particular comic in Flash number 54. At this point, Wally West is the Flash. And he's basically working for the government in this whole situation. And there's a long, story of how it gets to it. But basically, this comic opens up. A gunman here has got some hostages. They're trying to figure out what to do. They're talking about the sniper is 10 minutes away, and how are we going to save these people? And the Flash basically is able to kind of show off a little bit. In this scene, he's smiling the entire time. He basically runs through and with ease takes down the guy holding the hostages, the gunman. He disconnects the mines. He unloads the bullets. He's basically is able to defuse the situation immediately, and but he still makes a mistake. He basically, there's a gas grenade that our gunman is holding that kind of basically sets things into a motion where the hostage gets thrown out the building. Flash has to leap down, save him. There's these points in the captions where the Flash is saying the rest is a piece of cake. You're seeing this whole scene is important because it sets up the heroism of the character, and also that he's confident in his abilities. We're seeing what he can do in the course of about 3 pages. Bill Loebs is basically laying out the powers of the Flash, and that he's very powerful and he's very capable and he's able to save people. So he beats our gunman and takes him down. And you might think, it's just a generic scene. What is the point of it? Well, the point of it plays out in the rest of the comic. So the Flash, Wally basically, with the FBI here, and he's getting onto the plane. And so he's having kind of a, flirting to some extent with the flight attendant. Not flirting, but just it's nice, some basic banter there back and forth. And he's kind of heads to look for some food because he's got this metabolism. He has to eat constantly. And as he does so, you just take a quick stop in the plane bathroom. Some gunmen are on the plane. They're gonna hijack the plane, and they basically open fire in this plane, and we see the Flash bring into action, get his costume, and take these guys out. But it's a little bit of a different situation because the plane is a very confined space. People are trapped. They can't just run away. It's also out in the open air. And, this brief battle occurs. And Wally is nervous. You're seeing, again, it's masterful. He's not smiling quite as much. He's a little bit more serious because he recognizes the seriousness of the situation. And he basically, there's a hole blown into the top of the plane. And the flight attendant he was talking to earlier gets sucked out into the air. Meanwhile, he's continuing to beat back the criminals. He stops it, and he realizes that there's a hole in the hull, and this Julie Myers, this flight attendant, has been sucked out. And this is where you get this kind of expression of horror on his face. This is where the captions really, really sum up what it means to be a hero. He says, she's probably already dead, smashed by the wind pressure. There's nothing I can do. I'm not Superman. I can't fly. I'm just a guy who runs fast. I have to stay with the plane, help with repairs. She's already dead. There's nothing I can do. She's probably, I've never tried anything like this. I'll be killed. She's probably already dead. And he leaps out of the plane, basically not knowing. He does not know if she's dead. He doesn't know that he can survive this. He's potentially falling himself to his death after someone who is already dead. But because he's a hero, he has to try. That's the idea. So you get these scenes that are you get the terror on his face. The expression is fully changed. It's not the smiling, confident Wally. This is a Wally who's in a desperate situation. He's plummeting from this plane. He's not sure how long she was there. He can't even see her. And then finally, through the clouds, he spots her falling. He has to get there fast. He basically slips down, but goes past her like a bullet because, this again is nothing he's done before. So he tries this, being able to kick up, basically cuts down on wind friction when he runs. Can it work? Can it keep the wind from stopping him? He leaps up and manages to grab the hand of this flight attendant to get her. And now he's in trouble. Now they're both falling. He hasn't eaten in nearly 12 hours. He's getting nauseous. His legs are tired, cramping. He needs to find some water to fall into. There is no water. He realizes she is awake, but he's amazed she's not in shock. When I kick, the pain lances my calves. It's basically I tell myself the pain's not hurting me. It's not my pain. Feels like my pain though. And she gives him some peanuts, which is kind of cute. That a little bit of food, but you get scenes of him falling. It's really well done. The desperation, get to the trees, break the fall, branches like knives. They hit, but just through some luck, hurt all over. He survives. She survives. Later we hear the plane held together. It landed. Everyone's all right. It's a rule. Nobody dies. The end. And that's the comic. It's a one and done. But it's amazing. And it's this kind of stuff that got people to fall in love with Wally as a character. And frankly, fall in love with superheroes. This is heroism. This story is not dated. It could exist today with current situations. I mean, there's nothing about this comic that takes you back to, the 80s where it ages badly. It fits. It's this timeless theme of what makes a hero. A hero is somebody who puts others in front of themselves, who leaps into action to save people, even if it might be a fool's errand, even if it might be an impossible task. A hero still tries to save the day. A hero still tries to do what is right, even if they don't know what the outcome is going to be. That's heroism. And I think it's told so well. And it's in just, a short amount of pages. We're talking a 22-page comic that manages to sum up heroism, add to Wally. I mean, Wally came out of this in a time period where people reference this issue of being a true hero. This is what comics are all about. It's a great comic. It's one of my favorite single issues of all time. I think William Messner-Loebs does just an amazing job here, like he did with many comics in his career. So I hope you check out that interview tomorrow. Depending on when you listen to this, maybe very long after, go check that. It's in the interviews playlist. Of course, it's also going to be available up on podcast, on iTunes, on Google, Pandora, Spotify, wherever you want to listen to it. It will be. Do check it out, but a great comic. If you haven't had a chance to read Nobody Dies, it's The Flash, issue number 54 from 1991. A great comic. Go check it out. Let me know. Do you remember this? Is this what heroism is to you? Do you have the same kind of fond memories? Let me know in the comments below, and thanks for listening.